Hi. Okay then, here is a mechanical chrono watch from my collection. It is known as, in Russian as Okean 3133. Okean means ocean in English. Well, and it is basically an iconic watch of sorts. It is a mechanical chrono, which are rarer than other watches, especially in affordable sort of watches. This one uses the Polliot 313 movement, which is in itself an iconic movement. It may be Swiss derived, but that is not important. What's important is that it is no longer in production, but still widely available, I guess, all over on the internet, I think. Well, a mechanical chrono is basically a watch with a stopwatch function to measure time intervals and also to do certain simple calculations. For example, well, those who know, they do know. Those who don't know, well, you launch the stopwatch by pressing the upper button, or pusher, as it is known. Now I'm going to do it, and I'm going to let it run for about a minute. Well, here it is. The stopwatch is running, and on the right there's also a minute counter, which moves one notch after every 60 seconds. Okay, let it run for 60 seconds. Okay, I'm going to stop it now, which you can do by pressing the same pusher. The stopwatch is stopped, and you can zero it by pressing the lower pusher. Important not to confuse them, I think. Well, it's zeroed. You can also use a summing up function, which you run your stopwatch, you stop it, and then you run it again without zeroing. Well, I guess it may be important to add certain intervals. You stop it, and you can again make it run again. As I said, you can use it to make certain simple calculations, and one of them is the so-called telemeter function. Well, the dial is graduated. I think you see the red scale above the hour marks, and you see, for example, in an event like a lightning flash, you press the upper button, the pusher, and then when you hear the sound, you press it again, and apparently it will tell you the distance to that particular event. I guess it can also be used in artillery or something like that. Well, as I said, this one is a 2011 edition, the so-called final edition of the Ocean or Okean watch, and it has the back is numbered and has an appropriate inscription in Russian and in English too. The idea for this watch was to commemorate the original Ocean watch produced in 1976, and I believe the idea came from the Russian section of the Spanish Forum, However, the Russian company that produced them then took it upon itself to produce an additional run with the same numbers of 300 pieces, and this watch is from that additional run, so it's not the original strictly, but it is identical to it in everything but the paperwork and the box. Well, this story is well known. I think it can be found on the internet. You can also find more information about this watch on my blog, on my watch blog primarily, and I guess the links for that can be found on my YouTube channel. Well, thank you for watching another look at the dial. The 313 polaric movement, which is normal, unfortunately, but still widely available. Well, thanks for watching.